Happy, what are we, Saturday? Yeah, happy Saturday. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. While everyone's jumping on, because these are recorded live, I'm going to open it up on my laptop. So let's see. Content. Live. Why? There we go. Hello, everyone who is joining. Happy Saturday. Happy Hedgehog holiday. So I was going to go live earlier and I posted in our Facebook group that, hey, Renee, that Tim was live. So I was waiting. So we went and took Oreo. He had a grooming appointment and then I came back and here I am. Hey, Carol Ann, happy Saturday. We had skating this morning. So I kind of look a little bit rough because we have to get up super early to make that happen. So hence I've been like this. Hey, Laurie. Hey, Beverly. Happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll give it a few minutes for everyone to hop in. And today I want to play around with some of that mixed media stuff I've been working on. So I've got the papers we had. I have some foils. I have some tags. I had a couple of ideas, so I thought we would try those. I have the new printed collage papers that we had. So I have those to play with. So they're the kind of things I'm going to play around with. And I thought we could do maybe like a cute version and a spooky version, but we'll just kind of just see where things go. And as I say, I want to focus on a couple of different techniques that I had in mind. And I did also, thank you. And I also bought this microphone. So I don't know if it's working or not. We're going to try it out and see. According to it says it's plugged in, but I don't know. So I plugged it into my iPhone. It says it's synced. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. When I switch the camera, that's when the sound goes funky. So if it doesn't, then we know we're on the right track. So all of that has been going on. Renee says, nice. I've been looking forward to this. Carol Ann says, love watching your channel. You were missed. Have welcome back. Thank you so much, Carol Ann. Hey, Connie. Hey, Christine. So yeah. So we'll see. Usually this view is fine. It's when I flip it onto my desktop, it's not so fine. So we're just going to try and see. Otherwise, I have to figure it out. It says like go into your settings and do this, that, and the other, but none of that's in my settings. So I don't know. And I'm pretty techie, but anyway. So that's the plan for today. Hey, Melissa. Oh, I need to do your thing, Melissa. I totally forgot about that too. So I need to do that. I need to get that done as well. So welcome, everybody. All right, so everyone started to hop on. So let's look at my desktop. So let's do this. And then usually that's about right. I need to stand up. I'm too short for this. Hopefully everyone can see my desktop like this. Maybe if I like zoom in a little bit. So hopefully that should work for everyone. If it doesn't, let me know. But I think we should be about right. I've moved it because I was working in here the other day and I kept banging my head on it. So we'll see. Anyway, here it goes. So I have a tag here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make a base for something. I have an idea for a couple of techniques. So I want to grab out a couple of our white tags. These are just our white shipping tags. And I've got my flake glue right here. And I'm going to grab just a little wide brush like this. And I'm going to put some of our, this isn't out yet, but it's coming. This is the glue I used the other day on the foiling. And amazing. Thank you, Renee. Well, hopefully this worked. Thanks to Jen for sending me a link to one. And that one didn't work, but this one seemed to. So I'm just going to take this and I kind of just want the corner, but I'm going to dry brush it out. So I have a little bit kind of all over, maybe a little bit here at the top. So this one, I'm going to apply the black. So they come in these sheets. I'm not sure how many sheets we need to get all the way up. I'm just going to pat it down a little bit. And they are super fine, so just be a little bit aware of that. So I'm going to do the same on this. And then I'm going to keep one here. And actually, it's really nice. It's Greg's birthday this weekend, so his girlfriend's taking him away. So I get Tilly for an extra day. So her and I, in a minute, I'm going to take her for a little special mummy-daughter date. I've booked us a table somewhere one of my friends works at. And she's going to like give her the VIP treatment. And what I'm going to do is just take my fingers for a second and rub, and then we're going to tarnish it in a minute and add it in different places. But I just kind of want to get a foundation down. And I want it to look grungy, so I'm not like trying to be perfect with it. Do you see it kind of looks, it's kind of a nice little foundation on here. So that's the first one. Now I'm going to just brush off my surface quickly. And here is where your kaleidoscope cleaner is going to come in play, because this is super static. And oh, what is that? I don't know what you were asking about, Melissa. Sorry, I wasn't looking. I was so like in my little groove of crafting there. So if you get stuff stuck, this is where that kaleidoscope cleaner, and then at the end I do matte cleaner. But you see how it picks up like all these little pieces and they just cling to it. So because I don't want to like contaminate everything. I'll move that to the side for now. Okay. I probably should have put my apron on, but I didn't think of that, so it's fine. All right, so there's my black. Now I'm going to do this one. I'm kind of going to maybe do a little bit more. I just want some different bases to work on. Now I'm going to do one with, let's see what I got here. This is the silver, white, gray, whatever you want to call it. She's not doing bad at the new school. So what's nice, I was saying the other day, is it's a new campus. So for all the kids, it's a new school. So she's not kind of just the new kid. So that worked out well. So I'm going to move this black out the way. These ones are empty. This is a medium that's going to be coming out. Actually, if you do our upcoming classes, you'll be able to order it. And I'm just using it. You can use any other foiling glue or something that dries quickly and dries tacky. So what I'm doing on here is I'm putting our glue down. And then now what I'm adding on top of the white is some of the silver. So this is just our foil sheets. These were Halloween foil sheets. I linked the new release down in the description for you. So here what I'm going to do is, while this is still wet, you see how I'm just like peeling away some of the gray? And you could scratch it away, but you can also do it with your fingers. Oh yeah, Dr. Blush paid for me to get my nails done. He's a sweetheart. We love him. So look how fun that is. It's a really like fun, spooky kind of base. So this is the gray with the silver. This is the black. And now I'm going to do one with the gold. So I'm going to do one with all of them. I'm not going to worry about the silver and the gold mixing. I just want the black in everything. Ah, silly me, I put the paper on top. I'm a messy crafter. That's just me. Like, I know some crafters are super, super neat. I'm not. Actually, Dr. Blush might join. He's at work though, so I don't know. So, same deal. I thought Tilly was having a shower. I'm washing her hair, not watching my YouTube. But yeah, she will be here tomorrow for those of you who are coming tomorrow. Yeah, it's they call it champagne silver, that one I was doing. So it's like a, I don't know. I guess it's a more goldy silver. Now I'm going to put real gold. This is the gold sheets from the selection pack that we have. And maybe I'll mix in another color where I end up with gaps. This one will be really pretty for Christmas. This one I'm going to kind of mix in some colors. I'm going to use all the stuff I've got sitting here. I've got all different colors sitting here. We're going to add like a little bit of black up here because we're doing a Halloween project. And I want texture. So if you want it nice and smooth, you absolutely can. You can just lay the sheets on very gently. But I want to add texture. So I'm trying to pick up all these little pieces that are around. And I'm going to add in some, it's like a green and a purple. I'm going to grab a green. I don't know if I have any purple left because I've been playing with it in here. Let's see what I got in my stash. Don't sneeze while you're doing this. I seem to have my purple right now. So I'm going to put some green in. I'm actually going to break it. Yeah, so this sometimes comes in flakes. These are sheets because you can do all sorts of different techniques with them. And we're going to be covering different techniques and ways to use them. And they're also going to come in lots and lots of different colors. But I really love playing with them. Let's see what ones we have got here. So I kind of just want to cover the whole surface. And I'm going to cover it with something else. This is just my base. But look how pretty these are. So, okay. So quick little clear up here. So nice to have a rolly chair in the craft room. I have to wash this. I need my little assistant. It was so strange going to networking events this week and she was back at school. Does it stick to each other? No, but there is static. So like you can see it's on my nails. What I'll do is just wash it with, I use the kaleidoscope cleaner or you can use matte cleaner and it'll be back to normal. So let me just do a little quick cleanup here. Some supplies. Where's my matte cleaner? Matte Magic. So this is my matte cleaner. This is Matte Magic. And you see I haven't scraped or done anything. I just spray some on and then rub it. And it all just kind of, not disintegrates, but makes it nice and easy to clean up. If you have any like glue or anything, because I did obviously paint the glue on there, you can just scrape it with your scraper. Nice and easy. Same with this. This one is really nice because I can also put it in the dishwasher. And I just scrape out little bits of glue. But you see, Matte Magic will just take it all straight off. So that's why I love our cleaners, because they work on all kinds of different surfaces and they take off all your different meanings. Can you pick it up on your desk? You could put it on your gel plate, I'm sure, because it would stick in the paint. You can also use it on polymer clay. I don't know if you guys saw the earrings I wore the other day. They were like gold hoops with orange circle dangliers. My friend made me those and she put these same gold flakes in there. Now I just have very holiday nails, but I'll just wash my hands after and it'll come off. So there's nothing that's permanently on there. Okay, so these are my bases. super pretty. I'm really pleased with them. I also wanted to just do one with some ink. And I keep watching these tutorials, so we're going to try this. So I watched this girl. She took this and she had, I want like a really fun base. What should we do? I'm going to crinkle this up. So I have some folds in it. You can clean it up, Beverly. I have a little cleanup thing over here. If you're going to do that, I would work on some on one of our carrier sheets, because it doesn't stick to the carrier sheets because of the silicone coating on it, and then you can clean it up and use it on other stuff too. I'm just doing it for ease of use here. So I'm going to start off with some flat white. Try not to throw everything on the floor here. So this is flat white ink. I'm just going to keep these out just for a smidgen. Make sure I got my heat gun. I'm going to give this a spritz with water. And then I watched this girl and she took like different colors of inks. They weren't my inks. I think it was Tim's she had. And she was like putting them down on a surface like this. And then she would spritz them and kind of create these prints. But then she'd also, which I thought was the really cool part, because I want some orange on here. Let's wipe this off. Let's go with some Red Leicester and Grand Canyon. And she'd spritz it again. And then she'd take like the lid to her glue. And she'd like stamp with it. And we could do the lid to our prime times. And what other lids do I have here? I have my okay, I am not a mixed media artist. Also, I'm going to put that out there. But I've been like watching all these techniques and I'm like, okay, we're going to give this a go. So here's my base. So whilst that's drying, it's kind of fun. No idea what we're going to do with them all, but we're going to figure that out. So the first thing I want to show you is if you have a surface like this one, I want you to grab your alcohol ink tool and a piece of felt. Okay. We'll need some blending solution. Oh, I'm way too short for this room. And I have my alcohol inks next to me. So I'm going to pick out, let's say we're doing orange. I think this one's going to go with, that's going to go with that. That's going to go with that. I'm just pairing my papers up. So I'm going to do something with these really cute little pink ghosties on here. So I'm going to pick out some gumball. Maybe flamingo, it's not quite so bright. I'm going to add a smidgen of orange. And I feel like I want to just add a smidge of blue in here too. So we're going to start off with our pink. I'm not thinning these out or doing any of that. I'm using these direct from the bottle if you saw my last video about them. Oh my God, this is stuck. All right, we need a different orange. I can't get that open. We need man strength. We don't have any men here, so. That one is Valencia, if you want to use the same colors. And then I'm going to add some blending solution at the end. But I kind of just want to get some base colors down. I don't know why all of these are so stacked. It's even hurting my teeth to try and open them. Let's try, oh, patina. Maybe we'll just add some patina. So because I've got the flakes on there, I've turned my paper into a non-porous surface. And now all of a sudden I can use it for alcohol inks or really anything you want. So I just put some of this down. And you see how they now flow? I just added some blending solution and they're now going to give me all that kind of flow and movement and all the things you'd usually expect. I'm going to soften these edges right here because this was a lot. So now my porous paper tag becomes a non-porous alcohol inked tag, which I think is kind of fun. But you can play around with these like that. Ah, thanks, Alicia. I'll try that. I'm just going to leave these in here. I know they have a resin and a binder in there, so, but I didn't know if that would work, so I will try that. All right, so there's my base on that one. But what's also fun is if I have the black one, remember some of this is paper still, but if you've painted it all over with the adhesive, it would all be non-porous. But I'm going to grab out some of my metallics. I have a little metallics box of alcohol inks. Switch out. Yeah, the way the foil peeks through, and it kind of gives you different textures with the silver and the white, because the white is matte, and of course the silver is metallic. And I forgot how to open anything with my nails. So this is my little box. Okay. Metallics. So I'm going to pick some sterling alloy, some smolder, I was thinking it's just some enchanted pearl. So we're first going to shake all three of these. So I have alloy in sterling, alcohol pearl, so smolder, and the enchanted. And they all have the little metallic balls in them. So you need to give them a good shake. And I'm going to go a little bit old school with these ones. I'm going to take my dauber. I'm going to put blending solution on it. And this is with the Velcro. A couple of dots. I probably should have worn gloves, but that's fine. It'll all come off at the end. And if it doesn't, well, I have crafty nails. But I know if I just take a little bit of the matte cleaner or the kaleidoscope cleaner, both of those will. So now look how smoldery that black becomes. Isn't it pretty? I want more of the pink in there. That's a good idea. Using the silicone pads. So even anywhere that I've got know, maybe I just have the glue. Some of it might even just be the paper. It will still accept the alcohol ink, it's just not going to react in the same way. But now this looks like really tarnished metal, and I really love the base we've got for it. And it's just got a little bit of a pink blush hue. As as I'm turning it, you can kind of see it's got that nice little hue to it, and we have a really, really pretty base. So I love kind of making these bases, and I've been playing with these during the week in different ways. So that's that one. Then let's just clean this up for a second. Sponges. So this is kaleidoscope cleaning. You can see it cleans up your alcohol inks as well. Get rid of that one. Okay, so that was that one. That's that one. The last one we made is that multicolored one gone. I lost it already. Here it is. So this is the multicolored one we made. And what I'm going to do is use that same spongy we had just now. I just thought about it. And what I want to do is kind of just tarnish it up a little bit. Just like that. So it just like takes the little dull off of it. You can also just use your felt along the edge. So now we have some really nice bases to work with. Okay. There we go. I thought that would work. Yeah, it does. See, like if I just take the kaleidoscope cleaner on my nails, it'll take all of that off. So I'm going to do it afterwards, but if you have the same as me of acrylic nails, it'll take it off for you. All right, so here's our bases. So we have this one here with the multicolor. We have the black tarnished. We have the kind of prettier one, girlier one. And then we have our regular inked one on here as well. So we have 4 different versions to work with. So I'm going to start with this one. The first thing I want to do is I want to add some of this little on here. So I'm going to go back and take some of our medium. This is our, no, I don't want flake medium. What's that, Chels? You look pretty. Looks really nice. You need one of Mommy's belts on it. I bought her a cute little outfit. She looks lovely in it. You can smell the cleaner. Okay. Woo! Sorry, it's trash anyway. I broke it earlier. Thank you. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to I kind of just want it to stick in this corner down here. Maybe a little bit up here. I'm going to position it. Let's grab. Just wanted a regular brush. Regular brush. Take some water. And I'm just going to use my water and my paintbrush to kind of tear the edges a little bit. You see how this nicely just kind of helps me tear it, so I don't get that really harsh edge on it. And then I'm going to tear against the edge of the tag. So there's our cute little ghosty girl. And if you stick around, I'm going to give these tags away to someone who's on here as well. Would you lay that tissue on the black so I can see it? Yeah. try something that's fairly black. Hopefully that one works for you. So you can see what it looks like. I'm going to add another layer of her. Like, maybe I'll put some of her up here too. So I'm going to put some medium. And if you want to keep it wet to work with, you can give it a spritz of water and it will stay wet a little bit longer. And it won't do it any harm, like it won't stop it sticking or doing any of the things it's supposed to do. But I like this because it dries quickly and it's nice and easy to work with. I'm doing the same thing. Aren't they so cute? Well, they match the stamp set too. So they match the Let's Go Ghouls and the Boo to You stamp set. Like all of it's kind of designed to be like pretty but spooky. And then we have the gothic versions. And I'm going to put some of those probably on here in a minute. But I'm going to let this one dry. But that's kind of like my next layer on there. And this layer now, if you want to, you could ink on this. So if you wanted to take like some flamingo, you could really spritz this and we could take some tea tree jam. I don't know if we'll get all these tags done today. We'll probably have to do some of them tomorrow because otherwise we'll be here for hours. But where I've now put the tissue, I can the other way you can do it is she was doing it the other way up and then like really like she had hers super duper wet. My mom wasn't so wet, but like you can splash, so you can kind of add some texture and things in there, which I kind of like. So I think what we'll do is make our bases and then we can decorate them. Can do that. So I'm liking how that's coming along. All right, this one here, I think I'm going to use this paper on it. I'm literally just going to take this corner down here. And the reason I'm tearing in different directions is so that I get this white piece like this. I'm going to start here and then probably add some of it up here and then I can cut it. So I'm going to just make sure I got the right one. Some candy floss would look nice on this too. So if you get these mediums when they come out, then don't be afraid to just spritz them with some water to keep them working. Some of them might be available at the Stencils class next weekend. You never know. Is it next weekend? The 20-something? Yeah, I think it's next weekend. I'm just going to paint this on. Stick this on here. And I'll trim it down after. Put some on here directly too. So a few of you, oh, the re-inkers are still in transit with FedEx. I don't know if they just like lost them, but they seem to be getting closer. So as soon as your re-inkers get here, those orders will dispatch. Everything's like picked and packed ready. We're just waiting for those to get here. So just kind of put a little bit of that on here, and then once it's dry, oh, we can do it when it's wet, I guess too. So there's my base there. And then I want to add some ink into this. So I'm going to take my Grand Canyon. That's what my Grand Canyon brush this is. And I'm going to, even though it's not going to necessarily stick, there might be some like exposed areas, or it'll just give it like a little bit of patina, because I don't want it to like stick out too harshly. But I also want to keep some of that green. So I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of the, I think we used Cotswold. See that there as well. It might be Melissa. You'd have to check the tracking, but yeah, if they were in the same order, then yes, they're. Okay. I think you need a play date with Tim Holtz. I love a play date with Tim Holtz. Then I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to, I'm not really sure how this is going to work, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by cutting around the flower. Not like too carefully. I literally dreamt about making this tag with this particular paper. I was actually dreaming about it, which is kind of crazy. I don't know where. Tills, come here for a sec. Do you know where my stencils are from the new release? Are they up? Can you have a look? The pumpkin and the one that looks, oh, here's the pumpkin one. The one that looks like the arches. Maybe it's by the sink when I washed it up when I used it the other day.
The flower ones or the spotlight?
I would like to see you swap pot and see what happens, like Freaky Friday. That would be really cool. I don't think he would do it, but it would be really cool if he would. So like this is the kind of idea I had. I think I want to carve this out a little bit more. Yeah, can you find me a Gothic Arches stencil? I know I washed it up. I just don't know what happened to it. Yeah, the new one.
Like the ones that look like the windows?
Yeah. Like this is kind of what I was looking for. So it like looks like that on there, which I really like. Yeah, it was the last color we came out with. It's somewhere, I've seen it. I need a good tidy up session in here. It's laying, there it is. I was like, I know it's laying somewhere really bizarre because I remember seeing it. Thanks, baby girl. Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this on like this. And then my crafty brain really does work 24/7. You're right. So there's that on there, which is kind of, I like that. That. And then, all right, so this one's got some on, this has got some on. Guess we haven't done anything yet with, here's our cute wine. We also have these papers that we made. I want to use that in Lift Your Spirits. I already have an idea for that. So this one, let's do, so I'm just going to rip some papers and kind of figure out and depending on the way you rip it will depend on how it goes. Actually, kind of. I actually just like the white on it. The skull. Maybe I'll see that here. Let's start with this. Let's put some of this on. So I'm going to do the same thing. Just grab some medium. Sometimes I'll just do this. I'll just kind of like dollop a little bit on the back. I spritz my brush to make it really workable. And also that's going to soften the tissue a little bit too. And then I'm just going to stick it on. So it just allows the glue and the medium to just move a little bit. And then I'm going to take some bubble tea. Work it in a little bit. Because I feel like this pink has kind of turned into like bubble tea pink. And I might grunge it up more in the end, but I want to just soften that white. Like I don't want... And you see where I put the medium on top, like here, just kind of painting over it to make sure it's stuck down. Then you can see how it's resisted that ink, but it kind of looks cool with like a little splattery look as well. So I kind of like how this is coming along. And I'm going to tear my edges for now. I might sand them in the end, just depending on the direction this tag goes in. There's that. And now I'm going to take my Gothic Arches stencil. Thank you. And we're going to add some details. I'm kind of just going to use all the same supplies throughout all of them to show you like different effects you can get using like the whole collection and different things. So on this one, I'm going to start off, and we have a whole class coming up with stencils. It's called Stretch Your Stencils. You can come, and I'm going to spend a whole afternoon talking about different ways to use your stencils. So this is just water, and I'm putting basically like a water ink through here. But then really what I want to do is take the reverse impression. It's not quite as highlighted as I want, but it's okay because this is just layers. And next up, I want to add some mediums on here. So I'm kind of liking where it's going though. It's kind of fun. Then we're going to take this one, and I'm actually going to go back with my alcohol ink here. And I'm going to take, where did my blending solution go? So even where I've got the paper, which necessarily is non-porous, which I could have made it non-porous if I'd painted over it with my medium, because there's an acrylic binder in there that will turn it into that. And I just kind of want to, so you see like how I'm just kind of getting these little areas. And I'm not doing the whole stencil. I'm just picking out pieces. Actually, that's a bit too much. So I'm going to take it back a little bit with my blending solution. Oh, there's the thunder. I actually want some like intense black. Where's my black alcohol ink? It's pitch black. This is pitch black alcohol ink. Take the reverse of my stencil, and I can get the opposite. And yes, my stencil, unless I go and clean it now with blending solution, my stencil is going to be black, but it's not going to transfer onto my dye inks. It would only transfer if I used alcohol inks. But you see how I can use the reverse of it just to kind of get some cool lines in there. And while I've got this one out, I'm going to do the same one in the middle here. I kind of want this to have that just in that little open central area here. So you see how you can just kind of add that. And then you can add your alcohol inks here, even on the porous parts. They're going to dry. They're just not going to react in the same way. So like if I want to add some swipes and stripes, you can see I can pick out those kind of little areas. And I think that looks kind of cool to have those like textures and things in there. So you can play around with that a little bit more. And this one's nice. Like if I turn it, you can see it gives you some really cool textures and stuff in there. So this is all about layers. That's what Tim tells us. So like even here, this is all obviously non-porous. This is all porous surfaces. But there's nothing that says you can't swipe your alcohol ink. It's just going to look a little bit different. And I'm kind of going for dark on here. But just because I have the black out, I'm going to go all in at this point. So again, just adding some of that texture and layers in there. On this one, I'm going to pick out just these swirls, kind of the, actually, you know what I'm going to pick out on this one? Is in the pumpkin stencil, there's those really pretty flowers. And obviously this one's supposed to be a little bit more delicate. I'm going to go in with so don't be afraid to use your alcohol inks on your porous surfaces or over mediums and things, because you can do some cool techniques. And also if I spritz that now, the black won't react. Everything else will react with water, but the black will not. So that's like fixed in stone now. I'm taking some snow cap. So I'm going to do these in two parts. We're going to add some mediums to these. I'm going to leave them to dry overnight. And then we're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to decorate them after our in-person little meetup that we're having. So if you want to join me for that, you can tomorrow. And It will be at the Bee Ridge Florist for those of you who are local. And then what I will do in that live is I will give these away. I'll send these out to people. So, well, this has got some florals in it too. So I'm gonna. So this has the snow cap and the black. It's actually very wet, so I'm going to take it on here. And I'm just dabbing very gently. You see how I'm getting those little like florally pieces in here? Very gentle dab. And so I just kind of get those little florals in here. Maybe you want some on this one. So you can see how this one's kind of building up too on that. So let's add some mediums, and then we're going to let them dry overnight, and then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll decorate them and we'll create all 4 tags. All 4 tags. It'll probably be tomorrow evening because some other stuff going on, but I'll let you guys know. So let's think what we want to do in terms of mediums. I'm actually going to use my new medium. We haven't released it yet, so I can't show you the box yet. But I'm going to grab myself some. So I have these little mixing things I've been making everything in. And I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to use some of this. Oh, I can't open anything. Now I got nails on. I mean, really useless. Okay. Here's some medium. And my little texture cups. So this is kind of cool because with this medium, you can add all kinds of things to it, which is going to be the fun part. You can add like pumice to it and make it look like limestone. We can add iron filings into it and we can age it like patina. We can add sand into it and make it look gritty. Like this is just your base paste, and you can color it with alcohol inks. You can color it with dye-based inks. You can add chameleon powders, kaleidoscope powders. You can do all kinds of really cool stuff with this medium. But I'm just going to add some through some of these stencils. So I'm going to take some, I'm going to put some down here. And you see it's not too thick, it's not too thin. You can do it nice and thin, you can do it thicker, you can really kind of play around with it. But look how nice and easy it is to apply like this. So there's, actually I want just a couple of petals up here. That's that one. I really like how this is coming along with our little pretty ghosts. Then on this, I'm going to just add some in this corner here. Maybe a little smidge just down here. Okay. So we'll kind of play around with some other ideas with that. Then on this one, I'm going to go for this stencil. And I'm going to add, oh, thanks, Sarah. I like the ghosts too. They're just so cute. That tissue is my favorite. So here it's just picking up some of the green that's already out. I think I'm going to pick out, I love these like little arches in it. Want some? Tilly's standing here watching. It doesn't have straps, the top.
Oh, it does, but like, I think that's for hanging.
Oh, that's for hang, but there's no actual straps on it.
Can I have a dry my hair?
I'll get you a belt when I'm done. So all I'm taking here is I took the paste and I almost like painted with it. So it's nice and thin. So it gives me that like translucent effect, which I think is really nice. And it's starting to like build up some texture. You can also just paint it on like this. And then we're going to have these texture combs. You kind of will get in a sneak peek. But you can just texture comb in different places. So that's that one. I'll show you them all at the end before we end too. And then on this one, I think I kind of feel like doing a pumpkin on it almost. Yeah, you can also paint with this and you can make like 3D flowers with it and all kinds of cool stuff. It's really, really awesome. So this is where I said to you, like, be selective with the areas of your stencils you use. So like here, I'm using the top of the pumpkin and I'm just kind of using the spatula to almost like paint it out to nothing. And you see it just gives like that little bit of texture. Like it's nothing crazy, it's just a little bit of texture. I'm covered in the stuff because I told you I'm messy at this. And I'm going to just do like a little bit here. You can even take your little texture comb and run it across the stencil. Or afterwards, you can just kind of go in and add texture. It doesn't have to be smooth. I don't know what we're going to do. Something like that. I have that nice crisp pumpkin in the middle there, which I really like. I'm just a messy crafter. Some people like super neat and they can keep it all together when they're doing this kind of stuff. Oh my good Lord. I don't know if you can hear that outside, but the storm is coming. The dog is freaking out. So I'm going to just move these out of the way, my inks. And I want to show you cleanup too, because yeah, I make all this mess, but I want to show you how easy it is to clean up because I used to be scared of mixed media because of the mess. But once I discovered like how to clean it up, it was a lot easier. So I just move everything to the side for a second and I'll do cleanup in a minute. So the other thing you can do, I'm just going to show you this medium, like how cool this is because I've already got it out. Yes, you can color it. You can add, you can do all kinds. Like there's a gazillion different things I could show you how to do with this medium, which is why I love it. It's taken me forever to make a really good base medium. I'm just going to cover this whole tag in it. And I was making a tag the other, I don't know what I did with it. I made this really cool tag and now I've lost it. It's somewhere in here. But I got so many like little mini projects on the go. So I like made this base tag like this. And if you come to the Fun with Stencils class, we're going to do some of these techniques and all sorts of things. Do you see how I might like almost paint with it even with the spatula? It's not so thick. So like here you can do and then we could do, I like that curve there. So I'm going to do another curve in I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to pivot on here. And turn it into like a lattice. And then here I'm going to do and here I'm going to do another one. And then we're actually going to like do an inch again. Like this. Maybe we'll decorate this one tomorrow too. So here you see all these like textures I've just put into this one. So now I have like, it reminds me kind of cathedral ceiling a little bit. But I'm going to leave this one to dry as well. So let's do a quick cleanup and then I'll share with you. So this I just washed with soap water, and there will be a paste cleaner as well. But the same with this. This is already clean. But I can show you another way. All right, so cleaning wise, what I do first is I take my matte scraper and I just pick up the worst of it. Because I don't need extra mess. And you see how easy it is to scrape up? Love it. Same on here. This is great because it can actually go in the dishwasher. And I'm trying to do a printed one that has all of our card measurements and placement and everything on it. Okay, so that's that. Then I'm going to take some Matte Magic. Oh my God. I bet I lose internet and power in a minute. So Matte Magic. Hey, Jen. Keep that storm on the West Coast. I'll do my best, Beverly. No promises. Sharing is caring. Remember that. Ah, that's on my jeans. My really nice jeans. No. Get a bit clean bit. Try and get it straight. It is, if you get it on your clothes, like I just got it on my really nice jeans, you can just use soap and water quickly and it will come off. Where's my, what's really good at getting it off clothes is Squid Buster, by the way. Now I'm going to smell like pumpkin spice. Okay. So now I'm going to clean. And then anything residual, I'm pretty much there. Anything residual like this. So this I probably would do under a sink. But you also can just take your kaleidoscope cleaner and it will loosen it up. It won't do your mat any harm. And then I just wipe it with my regular cloth. And look how nice and clean we are. We're ready to craft tomorrow. You can do the same. See, this just comes straight off. I just dip this in a little bit of kaleidoscope cleaner. And everything will come off. Even the alcohol ink, because it has an alcohol base in it. You see how nice and clean that comes out. And that's it. We're ready to clean. So super easy to clean up. Yeah, so it would have this. It's slightly non-stick. It sticks just a little bit, but not too much. Has all your measurements. It has how to lay your stencils. It like has all this stuff on it. This one I would just clean with Squid Buster. This one was already stained up front, so I don't know how much is going to come off. I don't know what's on the back here. I don't know if it's snow flurries or if it's alcohol ink or some kind of paint. Pumpkin spicy. I don't know what is on there. Maybe it's acrylic paint. I don't know. I got something on my block and it does not want to come off. I don't feel it on there. I don't know. It's a weird one. But anyway, that's my little block I use for palettes anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, so that's how easy the cleanup is. So quick review of the ones we have ready to decorate tomorrow. I'll go and have a shower after this anyway. So we have this one, which is our plain ink. So this was the ink base. We've got the cobweb paper in here. We have our pastes on here. We have some alcohol inks. We have dye-based inks. So we've got all kinds of different mediums mixing and matching on here as well. And then this one is the variegated foil. So we have green in here. We have silver. We have gold. Then we did the alcohol ink. We have the paper we made the other day. And then we added some of our medium on top. Then we have this one here. So this was the black foil, and then I added the silver and the pink on top. I cut out the flower, added it in here, medium. I also added some more alcohol ink and kind of that on here. And then finally, we have, well, kind of finally, then we have our little lady ghosts, so a little bit more delicate. We've got our tissue. This was the silver foil on the bottom, silver and gray. Right? Yeah, this was the silver and gray foil on the bottom. And then we added the alcohol inks and then the tissue. And now we've got some medium on here as well. Okay. Yes. So if you have dye, like on this one where you have dye underneath, the medium is going to pull that up. It's not going to pull up any of the alcohol ink, but all mediums, or typically most mediums, I should say, are water-based. So if you have a dye ink, they're going to react. And then we have this one that's drying. And you'll be like, we're gonna have so much fun with this when it's dry tomorrow, so we'll play with this one as well. So we now have 5 tags because we created kind of another one in the process, or we'll add something onto that, I don't know what yet. But that's what we have so far. So we're going to let these dry. The medium needs maybe like an hour to dry probably, and you can heat it as well. As I say, it's going to be like a little alchemy set, so you can add additives into it that when you can heat dry it, and then it will crackle, and you'll be able to do all kinds of really, really cool stuff. And I have like a patina additive that comes with a special spray, and so it turns into like an oxidized thing. Like really, really cool stuff we're going to be able to do as well. Yeah, all really, really different. And anyway, so we're going to work on these over the next few videos, and we're going to put in different stamps and all kinds of other things and build these up. This one I have an idea for. This one I have an idea about. These I have no idea what, other than I'm going to show you techniques on this. So if there's something you specifically want me to show you or something like that, then you can let me know. Let me do this so I can see you all. Woo. There we go. Okay, so we will come back and do those tomorrow, and then we'll just kind of keep building on it. And everything I use is in the store. Links are in the description below. So the tissue paper, the Gothic paper that I use that we inked up, the tags, the stencils, all that stuff. The only thing that isn't there is the mediums so far. So the mediums will be coming. If you're coming to our stencils class, there'll be more information on the mediums there. And if you're not signed up to the stencils class, then you can put in a link in the description below. Go to hedgehoghollowstore.com, go to classes, and you can sign up. There's, as Laurie says, there's Inktoberfest on there. So we're going to be techniques like this, and we make tags every single day with different techniques. You can sign up for our stencils class. We have, I don't know if there's any spots left in our fur class, but they will be shipping Monday, Tuesday. I have everything here. I just have to bottle it up and get them out to you. And then Inktoberfest will be my next project to work on, and all those kinds of things. So lots of exciting things coming your way. So thank you so much for hopping on and joining me today. And I will see you in the next video to continue our beautiful Halloween tags. I'll see you then. Have a great rest of the evening, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.